On the ground here, he missed it and he picked it up then.
He was hoping he had done enough to convince the referee. There was a little bit of a hop on it. Didn't quite work out, however. Free in, which Seamus Calden will take. He's got 2 from play so far, and this is where he can put Tipperary back in front of this in this 2016 All-Ireland Hurling final.
Kilkenny back's very disciplined here so far. This is the first scoreable free that they've given away 16 minutes into the game.
Oh, it's a tall one. Stopped by Killian Buckley. Knocked away quickly. That was quite a lapse by Calnan. Ronan Marr reaches up for it. Brendan Marr trying to get to it. And it's the other Ronan Marr, who gets it away. Down here towards John O'Dwyer on his hands and knees. Gets it up. Flings it into the centre here. Michael Breen was trying to come on to it. Back in there as well as Patrick Bonner Marr. Finally it is John O'Dwyer. Hand pass back outside to Dan McCormack. And McCormack lets fly and hits it wide.
Yeah, this is, look, Dan McCormack I think has brought a great edge to Tipperary. He's worked great and he's tackling, but you know, that's 2 good chances he's had now and he's put both of them wide.
This was very untypical, wasn't it?
It was indeed. I just can't really see where Killian Buckley, he's supposed to be back. Obviously he looks very close to him there. You know, you're supposed to be back 13 metres and I don't know if he was. I'd say he was only about 10 yards back.
Owen Murphy once again pucking it out to left, half forward this time. Back into it in his stride comes Michael Breen, swings it away down towards Calden, catches it well. He's up against Shane Prendergast, the Kilkenny captain, out near the wings. He got a score from there a little while ago, but this time he misdirects it. It's gone away to the left. 6 wides already by Tipperary.
Yeah, that was a great chance, a great ball down to Seamus Calden. He probably had too much time and just a bit casual with it, but Tipperary seem to be winning an amazing amount of ball, breaking ball. If Kilkenny catching a few puckouts, all right, but when the ball breaks, Tipperary much sharper onto them.
Just get the feeling Calden needs to get his confidence going again. Lots of time. That time it's down towards Liam Blanchfield. Coming in to take it from him is Richie Hogan. Slipping it in there towards TJ Reid, in along the end line. Colin Fennelly, his first touch. Stopped by the goalkeeper at the near post. It's gone for a 65. Oh, it was a really good chance by Colin Fennelly to have rattled the back of that Tipperary net that time.
Yeah, Darren Gleeson, just look at this lovely play here. TJ Reid, quick little hand pass, and Colin Fennelly bounced it off the ground, but Darren Gleeson did well, knocked it out for a 65. Fennelly mishit it really there. You can see he just tucked it down. He'd be disappointed, but Gleeson did well.
Well, he got 2 goals, of course, in the match against Waterford in Thurles a couple of weeks ago in that replay. And the last championship goal he got before that was quite some time ago against Galway in the 2014 Leinster semi-final in Tullamore. So he's there, edge of the square, alongside James Barry, his marker. And this is going to be taken by TJ Reid. 2-pointed frees so far. Got a goal in 7 in last year's final. Again, giving himself every time that he needs. Cool as you like, and stroking it over the bar. 3 for him. Good start.
And Jerry, you mentioned Colin Fennelly, that was his first touch. The Kilkenny full forward line don't seem to be getting anything like the same ball as the Tip full forward line, yet Kilkenny lead by a point. They do this so often where you actually think they're being outplayed and you look at the scoreboard and you're saying, how are they leading at this stage of the game? Because Tipperary are dominating a lot of possession.
I think if anybody said at the beginning of the championship season that this would be the makeup of the Kilkenny full forward line today, if they got to the final, people would have said, well, not too sure about that. Meanwhile, at the other end, it's John McGrath racing across here, but leaving the ball behind to Shane Prendergast. Under pressure, Prendergast does enough, gets it away towards Noel McGrath, reaching up for it, goes after it himself. Surrounded by Kilkenny players, goes in, has a player to his right, couldn't quite get to him the first time. Bonner Marr forced to kick it back here towards Paddy Marr, slips in past Owen Larkin, beats the attempted block, and it's just gone away to the left-hand side at the end of all of that.
Yeah, look at the tackling again at Kilkenny. You know, Owen Larkin back in the middle of it there from left half forward back into the right half back position. It just put so much pressure on. Noel McGrath had no option but to kick it out there to Pádraig Maher.
Michael Ryan, who was left corner back in 1991, they were honouring that team before the start of this match, the Jubilee side. This time Ronan Marr slips in, takes it, delivers it again out there where Calnan keeps on moving. It's his 3rd time back out there. He's scored 1, he's missed 1, he's got this one. He's got 3 in all.
That's a brilliant ball by Ronan Maher there, Joe. You know, he made that score easy actually for Seamus Callan. A brilliant diagonal ball. If you watch it there, look at the space that it gave him. A forward loves a high ball. Brilliant first touch and catching over the bar.
Surely this is pre-planned. Calden going over there. They feel there are points to be got on that wing.
Absolutely, yeah. They're targeting Shane Prendergast there and they're moving around all the time in that full forward line.
To the centre this time towards Walter Welch. You'd imagine he would have been the target for many of those puck-outs with his height and his build. TJ Reid came down, was fouled. It's got to be a free in.
Yeah, and TJ Reid, you know, with Michael Fennelly out, his performance today, if Kilkenny are to win, is crucial, and he's much more involved in general play than he has been. He's still having a very good year, but not the player maybe he was over the last 2 years. Very hard to keep that very, very high standard, but very involved in the first 20 minutes today.
Well, Brian Cody's had 11 winning captains in his time, but TJ Reid isn't one of them. He was the captain in 2010 when, of course, they lost to Tipperary. Taking this free now, 3 pointed frees so far, one of them a 65. This on the 45-metre line, shouldn't pose too many difficulties to him, and doesn't. Another one for Reid, another one for the Cats, who go back in front again in this tantalising match, 8-7.
Yeah, the Kilkenny backs, I think they're happy. You know, the rest of them are doing well, but Seamus Callan is causing all sorts of havoc, and it's interesting if, you know, they surprised they're not putting Paul Murphy over to man marker.
Again, that puck out by Tipperary, it just saw Richie Hogan drift back behind the midfield, pick it up, try to set something up here with Kevin Kelly involved. Then coming out Mickey Cahill, then leaving it, darting forward. Here is the captain, Brendan Marr. Set away in the end, and that shot has gone over the bar. Brilliantly done. That's another one. John O'Dwyer second.
Yeah, Brendan Maher has shown all his experience there. You know, he could have went and had a wild shot himself, but he just flicked a little hand past the Bubbles, who was on the move, and he knew, you know, much safer option of putting that over. That's a great score by Tipperary.
Well, Bubbles is bubbling. 8-8. 22 minutes gone. From the puck out, missed by TJ Reid this time. Pressure on Cahill Barrett from Liam Blanchfield. He's a strongly built man. He was thundering forward that time, and the referee saying to him, that's an aggressive foul. Too many steps taken as well. A shake of the head by the Bennett's Bridge youngster.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought Cahill Barrett's arm was around him. You know, he couldn't get away from him, and Brian Gavin, the judge there, he's taken too many steps. Harsh enough.
The free is taken by Darren Gleeson. Big, huge one downfield towards John McGrath. Trying to come across and take it there was Kieran Joyce. Now he's racing after to try and get to Noel McGrath. And the referee...
There's consistency. He's saying he took an extra step, and he's going to feel that's hard done by. But if you watch him, he looked up, he was going to take a shot, and he carried it on another yard or two.
Let's have a look at this again here. Yeah,
just there now, he looked up and he took the extra step, and the referee picked up on it.
Certainly more than the 4 permitted. So it brings Owen Murphy back out to take this free on a ground where he scored a point in the junior All-Ireland final back in February for his club, Glenmore, when they beat Owen Rua from Coleraine. He was playing centre-half forward. This time as goalkeeper, lands this one in the square. Colin Fennelly going for it, and so too was Owen Larkin. And between them, they put it wide. Larkin got the final touch. On his toes, edgy Brian Cody there, geeing up his players.
Yeah, the half chance there, just broke their own. Larkin onto it, did the right thing, let fly, but out wide.
A couple of half chances for goals there for Kilkenny in this first half. Bubbles misses it. Paul Murphy came after him to try and get a touch on it. In the end, the linesman on this near side is Colm Lyons from Cork, indicating it's going to be a Kilkenny sideline cut. And the player who will come up and take it is Pádraig Walsh rather.
I think Brian Cody was telling his backs to get tighter to their men. You know, they're standing off a bit there, and he's not happy at all with the room they're giving the tip forwards.
That's very misdirected there, and again a misdirected hand pass, this time by Seamus Kennedy, giving it away to Owen Larkin, and Owen Larkin accepts the gift and plants it over the bar. It's his second point of this match. 2 errors that time, one with the sideline cut initially, then that hand pass there by Kennedy. Onto it came Larkin, and he's now scored 2, and Kilkenny lead 9-8.
Yeah, he was forced into it though. TJ Reid, great tackling there again, and Owen Larkin, look how many times have we seen this over the years. A brilliant player for Kilkenny, and 2 points on the board for him now as well.
Well, as we thought, it's anybody's match. Big leap in the air, really good commanding play this time. Taking it down there, Shane Prendergast, but it's gone away and loose and picked up here by John O'Dwyer, and he is looking razor sharp. 3 points already in this match, 1 from a sideline, 2 from play, 9 apiece after that ball was hit across to him rather loosely, not cleared properly, and O'Dwyer was on hand to pounce.
Well, look, he's shown that he should be on the team. That's 6 points from play from that tip full forward line so far, to have the Kilkenny full back line in all sorts of trouble.
9-all, level 7 times. Dan McCormack under pressure, hits it down. And this is going to be Shane Prendergast, and he'll make sure that this one is delivered back with accuracy and length, all the way in towards the D. Touchdown, one well, and away goes Mickey Cahill once again. Sniffs the hand pass outside to his colleague on this near side, Pádraig Marr, teammates of course at Thurles Sarsfields, all the way down as far as Seamus Callan. Controlled, gets inside the full back, hits it well, puts it over the bar. 4 for him. Neat recovery by Seamus Calnan. Now he's got the confidence back, and Tipperary are back in front again by 10 points to 9.
Well, the Tip players know that if you can keep feeding this full forward line, they have Kilkenny in all sorts of trouble. Pádraig Maher there just played a lovely ball in front again, one-on-one. Joey Hurling couldn't do anything, and Calnan on fire in there full forward.
This Kilkenny puck out is a huge one, all the way up towards TJ Reid. Batted back out, anticipating the break. Richie Hogan, then he loses it, however, and Michael Breen comes across, beats the attempted block of Owen Larkin. Only as far as Killian Buckley, however, and Buckley trying to plant this one in here, caused a problem or two by putting it onto the netting and putting it over the bar. What a score by the left half back, who's a student now at Carlow IT, and they level again, level now for the 8th time in a remarkable first half.
Yeah, that's a super score by Killian Buckley, but again, an error by Tipperary, you know, has handed him. Tipper making plenty of mistakes. As I mentioned a couple of times already, Kilkenny level here, and Tipperary looking, you know, to be much more dangerous up front, but Kilkenny, as they do, staying in the game.
Darren Gleeson down towards Bubbles, breaks it down, onto it comes Noel McGrath. Has a support player, it was Bonner Marr, but gives it back inside towards Dan McCormick instead. Will this be the first time he's ever scored in the championship? It raises a white flag, and it is. He's been the forager, he's been the provider for others in other matches in his first championship campaign, but now here on the day of the All-Ireland final, he puts one between the uprights for the very first time, and Tip lead.
Jerry, he'd be delighted with that too. When you're playing wing forward and the wing back comes up and gets the score, you know, puts you under a lot of pressure, he managed then to hit back straight away with a great score.
Yeah, it's one apiece between the two of them, you're quite right. Walter Welch feeding it inside here to TJ Reid, takes off, tries to go by Ronan Marr, that's not easy. Now making an angle for himself, and the referee saws it holding inside. And there's a little tug, but it's going to be a free. Referee indicating why.
The hurl was held there. The ref actually had his hand in the air, given the advantage, and see the crowd. Disadvantage rule does incense the crowd at times because they don't know. But if you look at the ref, he had his hand in the air. He had awarded the free, and TJ knew that, I'd say, stepping back outside.
TJ Reid with 4 points already. This is his 10th All-Ireland hurling final. That's including 2 replays. So a very, very experienced campaigner. Brian Cody, what a manager he has been. There's never been anybody quite like him. Probably never will be again. Just that combination of Brian Cody and Kilkenny, it's just the perfect combination. Tipperary fans jeering, TJ Reid nonplussed by it all. He simply sticks it over the bar and does his job and does it to perfection. And he's now got 5 points, and the teams are level for the 9th time after 28, nearly 29 minutes.
But again,
a very exciting,
fantastic game. Very open. I just cannot believe Kilkenny not dropping anybody back. There's Conor Fogarty, maybe the first time, just going back and picking up that break.
Richie Hogan goes back to help out. Shane Prendergast under pressure. Here comes Bonner Marr. Oh! Just elevated up and over. It means that every one of the forward line now for Tipperary has scored in this match.
Yeah, Bonner is having a fantastic year, and this is the thing he needs to, you know, putting a couple of balls. That he was going for a goal there, just went up and over the bar. But you know, there's no centre. If he was scoring 2-3 points again, there'd be nobody to match him at centre half forward. His work rate is phenomenal, and his great pace and strength as well.
For the record, the only 2 forwards not to score so far, Kilkenny's number 14 and 15, Colin Fennelly and Liam Blanchfield. There's a problem here for John O'Dwyer, the kill-it-all man. Well, he's got 3 points already here today, and between the 2 final matches of 2014, he totaled 10 points in those games.
Very interestingly, Tip have 12 points on the board, 11 from play on a line ball, no free on the scoreboard yet, and TJ Reid with 4 frees and a 65. So, you know, Kilkenny living on scraps, you know, drawing a few frees, but Tipperary's open hurling, fantastic to watch so far.
That's well caught. Ronan Marr back out in here to the middle, in here as far as John O'Dwyer. He's recovered very quickly. There are 3 men after him. Slips the ball down into the corner here towards John McGrath, struggling to get across to get to it and struggling to keep it in play. Let's get another comment now from the sideline down there near the action is Donal O'Grady.
Yeah, just watching Jared, 2 puck outs down in front of me, and Pádraig Maher back to back in top of his cornerback making can't. That's a simple thing, you know, that wing back should just hold their position, and 2 points okay from Kilkenny. That last free by TJ Reid and a point earlier, so they'll have to sort that little thing out.
Yes, a few problems to sort out certainly. Killian Buckley fumbles, pressurised by Pádraig Maher. Hand pass back outside towards Bubbles, and O'Dwyer lets fly. The umpires have a look at it, but decide no, it's gone to the left-hand side. The umpire's down there.
Yeah, that wasn't the right option there, you know. It wasn't on. He should have really switched the play back across, but I suppose Tip will be disappointed. They've had a few bad wides as well, and as I said, they're on top, but they're only a point ahead in the scoreboard.
Well, the umpires certainly were convinced it was outside, and so it was. Joey Holden dropping it in towards TJ Reid, letting it run on. Across comes Mickey Cahill, helped out here by Seamus Kennedy. Dan McCormack trying to get there to Conor Fogarty. This time it's Colin Fennelly coming out into midfield. How they're missing Michael Fennelly in that area, huge loss. And they've lost Jerry Aylward, of course, from earlier on in the year. James Maher as well, another player, a long-term casualty. So they've done remarkably well to get to this All-Ireland final with a side pretty much strapped for players with championship experience. Conor Fogarty once again, and it reaches into the hand of Colin Fennelly, taken down outside the 45-metre line. No question about the free in this time, and the referee with a notebook out just noting the offence.
Yeah, that's what he does so well. He's such a direct runner, but he's been moved out to centre forward. Now TJ Reid has gone in full forward just for the last few minutes before half-time, maybe hoping he'll get a one-on-one in there, but James Barry hasn't been tested yet. Ronan Maher, Richie Hogan, we've seen very little of him, and TJ's frees really keeping Kilkenny going.
5 so far. Again, from right in front of the goal, shouldn't cause any problems for him. He's got 6. 6 out of Kilkenny's total of 12. 12 apiece. 10 times they've been level. So Darren Gleeson once again. Beaten just once during 3 matches in the Munster Championship, of course. And it was a tough Munster campaign, potentially tough anyway. Goes short this time. In here as far as Mickey Cahill, then turns around, gives it down towards Michael Breen. Yet to exert a big influence on this match. John McGrath, busy as ever, keeping it moving inside towards Calden, trying to get Blair ahead of the full back. Does so. Oh! Could have been nestling in the back of the net. It's gone over the bar instead. That's 2 very good goal attempts. Earlier by Patrick Bonner-Marr, there by Seamus Calden.
That's some piece of skill, Joe. Look at the touch there, and how quickly he struck the ball, and he was going for the goal. It just rose over the bar. Look at that first touch there, and our second touch as well. He just snapped it and got the shot away. A brilliant piece of skill. That's the score of the match so far.
Oh, it's been very difficult for Joey Holden keeping tabs on this man. Down towards Kevin Kelly, put his hand up for it, didn't catch it, lost it. Dan McCormack went back, got possession. In here as far as Richie Hogan. Hogan taking off, trying to get by Bonner-Marr. Reinforcements arriving, but it's still Hogan trying to feed it inside here. Dan McCormack goes chasing. There too is Colin Fennelly. Finally gets back here as far as Kieran Joyce. Joyce the centre half back, flings it in there towards Kevin Kelly, who's waiting in near the square. Out once again comes Mickey Cahill. Tries to get that ball out to Pádraig Maher, and Maher misses the crowd. Drives it back down once again. There waiting for it is Paul Murphy inside his own 45-metre line. Diagonally across, spotting Owen Larkin. Tries to win possession there. Struggling to do so against Seamus Kennedy, but back helping is Colin Fennelly, and finally the referee's whistle has gone, and it's going to be a free for Tipperary.
Yeah, and I wonder how crucial that passage of play is going to be in the overall result. You know, there was some fantastic tackling there, but Tipperary came out on top. Usually Kilkenny would win that ball there. Seamus Kennedy just held there, free given. Be interested to see if Bubbles comes out now. Yes, he's after making his way out to take this one now. Very similar to the one that was the Hawkeye decision that went against him a few years ago, around the same position.
Well, it's in terms of meters, some 85 plus meters from the target. This time there's no need for Hawkeye. He's got it spot on. Huge free. Tipperary lead by 2 points as the game heads in towards stoppage time. 1 minute of stoppage time is going to be played at the end of this first half. The champions being led, but only 2 points between them. And that was the first score to come from a free here for Tipperary. Back now defending. Liam Blanchfield couldn't take it up. Back to try and help out Pádraig Maher. Goes to ground, picks himself up quickly. Both sets of management personnel calling for the referee to blow his whistle. Finally, it's Conor Fogarty gets it infield here towards Colin Fennelly. Fennelly lets that ball beat him and then goes after it, picks it up. Looking around to try and lay it off somewhere, hit somewhat indiscriminately, intended for Owen Larkin. Larkin there challenged by Patrick Bonner-Marr. Picking it up is Kevin Kelly. He scored once already in this match. This time he hits it over his right shoulder and hits it wide as well. And the big cheer you are hearing is from the Tipperary fans who are feeling good about their team and good about the match at this stage.
Absolutely ferocious tackling there. Bonamara came back 40-50 yards. There was only three Tipperary players in their end of the field. Just watch this hit from Bonamara here. Knocked Owen Larkin off his feet, and Kevin Kelly felt the pressure and took it easy wide.
And the referee blows his whistle for half-time. It's been some first half. Yes, there have been errors, but the teams were level on 10 occasions during a very, very memorable opening 35 minutes, and they head for the sanctuary of the dressing rooms now to hear the words from their management teams. It's going to be some second half. At the break, it is Tipperary who lead. Half-time score, Kilkenny 12 points, Tipperary 14 points. We'll have words from our panel and the second half action right after this.
I'm donating a kidney to my brother today. He's my baby brother at the end of the day. I've never known life without him, and I couldn't imagine life without him. It's just right. It's just something I have to do.
A transplant has been the only option for the last 4 years. I've had kidney disease since I was about 13.
I want to absolutely minimise the risk to the donor because there's no actual physical benefit to them.
Keeping Ireland Alive continues Monday at 9:35 on RTE1.
Just a reminder of the half-time scoreline in the 2016 All-Ireland Hurling Final. Tipperary leading Kilkenny by 14 points to 12 in front of an attendance of 82,016. I think the 16 are actually here in the studio with his greetings, by the way, to Father Nick Duggan. Father Nick is watching today's final in San Rafael in California. He's originally from Glenmore in Kilkenny. I'm sure he's enjoying this. Henry Sheff and Ger Loughnane, Liam Sheedy with me here in studio. Ger, you said coming in after watching the first half, that's some game. You're enjoying it.
Well, you see, it's everything we hope for, you know, and there's no doubting it's a heavyweight contest. This isn't lightweight stuff, you know. Ferocious tackling all over the field, but brilliant hurling. And the secret to it, I think, is the way both forwards have set up. They've stretched, they've kept out the wings, they've left plenty of space, but at the same time, to get a chance to hit a ball is absolutely almost impossible. Now, Tip have been the better team. I think we'd all agree on that. First 20 minutes, they had 8 wides. Ronan Maher dominating the centre back. They have 2 of their forwards absolutely on fire, Bubbles and Seamus Canlan. Kilkenny struggling to get scores, but they have 6 points got from frees, as opposed to Tipperary's 1. So you would have to say it's a typical Kilkenny first half. It's a great first half from Tipperary, but it's a typical Kenny. They're in there, they're 2 points behind. This is where they love to be. This is when they come out in the second half and try and savage. But for that first half, Tip are exactly also where they want to be. They're hurling really well. All the things we had hoped from the start, they're doing it. Can they keep it up?
I know what Ger is saying, Henry, you know, because we've seen this so many times from Kilkenny. But nonetheless, the reality is you're 2 points down in the All-Ireland final.
Yeah, no, and the concern is that, you know, we look down through the team sheets and Ger highlighted 3 of the Tipperary players are playing at the top of their game. With Kilkenny, we can say that, you know, we are struggling in a lot of positions and, you know, it's double the scores from play, 6 against 12, as Ger has pointed out as well. So, in that sense, there's no real flow to it. It's just on Eddie outside, Eddie Brennan. We look a little bit dead, a little bit flat. Tip look up. And to be honest, we're talking about space. There seems to be more space in Tip's forward division than there is in Kilkenny's forward division. And that's why we're struggling to get as many scores. So that is the concern. But if there's one man who can change it around at half time, we have the right man in our corner in Brian Cody.
Yeah.
But like it is brilliant stuff. It's edge of the seat for a neutral. For myself and Liam, we're struggling here. Liam is starting to get a bit boisterous near the end of the match there. But it's edge of the seat kind of stuff. It does suck you in. It was like watching the football match last week. You're kind of sucked into the game, and it's just, it's brilliant to see a great spectacle, and there has been some brilliant scores.
He thinks you're getting boisterous. Wait till he sees you in the second half.
Well, look, it's not unknown territory either, though, for this Kilkenny team. I think it's only once this year they've led at half-time. So, like, this is the critical... We're coming out into the critical period of the match from a Tipperary perspective. I think the most pleasing thing for Tipperary in that first half, yes, they drove 8 wides, but time and time again, they've turned over the Kilkenny defence. You know, we spoke about it before the match. You know, would the forward line really die in their jersey today up front? And I think they have in the first half. Now, it won't do it for 35 minutes, but about 6 times Kilkenny look to have control of the ball, coming out, tip overturn and back over the bar. They're massive scores, and I think that's a big thing. But if you go back to the All-Ireland final last year, first 10 minutes after half-time, they outscored Galway 1-6 to 2 points. If you go back to the replay in 2015, in the start of the second half, Tipper leading, 5 points without reply for Kilkenny. So if I was Michael Ryan, I would be galvanising that dressing room for what is a massive 10 or 15 minutes now, because if they can kick on here, they look like if they can get quality ball inside, like their inside forward line are on top.
All right, that's 35 minutes to go. 35 minutes to decide the destination of the 2016 senior hurling title, and it's coming up right after these.
Live well with Centra, proud sponsor of the All-Ireland Senior Hurling Championship.
I'm donating a kidney to my brother today. He's my baby brother at the end of the day.
We want to absolutely minimise the risk to the donor because there's no actual physical benefit to them.
Keeping Ireland Alive continues Monday at 9:35 on RTE1.
You know, do to them what they have done to you in the past. And all that hurt that Liam talked about before the game. This is the time now. This is the time to pay back for all of that. You know, they're in the driving seat. They're out hurling them. There's very little danger coming from the Kilkenny full forward line. They know if they get the ball to the tip full forward line and get it in fast, they're you know, the Bubbles and Canlan are completely and utterly on top in there. So this is a massive chance now for Tipperary. But in the first 10 or 15 minutes, they've got to take it and do to Kilkenny what Kilkenny have done to them so often in the past. Bury them in that first 15 minutes.
Bury them, says Gerlach now. Let's see if that's the way it's going to work.
I second that.
It's back to the commentary box, to Ger Canning and Michael Dignan.
Thanks very much indeed, Michael. Well, as we know, Kilkenny have a kind of a habit of blitzing the opposition in the opening 10 minutes of the second half, and that is certainly something which Michael Ryan will have preached to his troops as we get ready to start the second half. 2 between them, Tip leading. They've been the better side by and large during this game. That's Brendan Marr sending it in, but quickly to collect it here is the fullback, Joey Holden, under a lot of pressure during that first half. Away by Shane Prendergast, retained somehow here by TJ Reid. Flicked in. Coming across, Michael Cahill. Mickey, they call him. Oof. Fresh air puck there initially by Ronan Marr, but he's had a very good match so far. Gets it away at the second attempt. Way up there towards John McGrath. McGrath fouled by Shane Prendergast, and that's going to result in a free in. And he's had real difficulties.
Yeah, and that's the hurling brain of John McGrath. Just see getting his body across there. He knew exactly what he was doing. He got his body between his man and the ball, and Shane Prendergast's arm around, and certainly a free in.
And this free is going to be taken by Seamus Callanan. By the way, before the start of play today, we had a reminder that it's 100 years on since 1916, and 50 years ago there was a pageant here. The acclaimed writer Brian McMahon was responsible for that, and memories of that again today here in the middle of the field. It's Amoint Fe Shediog. Calden from just outside the D. Easy as you like. He's got 6. Second pointed free for a Tipperary man in this match. They've made the perfect start to the second half. They are trying to make a statement now to the Cats. Puck out by Owen Murphy. Big, huge one down. Richie Hogan over there competing for that one. Away by Ronan Marr. Coming onto it very quickly here is Michael Breen. Breen from Ballina, very effective. Running into traffic over there. One back by Liam Blanchfield. Blanchfield challenged the whole time there by Cahill Barrett. We've been looking forward to their tussle in particular. But not too many balls were put in over the head of Cahill Barrett during the first half, certainly. Here he reached in over Blanchfield And anytime you do that, the referee is likely to whistle.
Yeah, and he done all the hard work. There was really no danger. Liam Blanchfield had caught the ball twice. He was going nowhere, and just a little bit of a rush of blood there from Cathal Barrett, and he gives away a soft free that, you know, Kilkenny are just lapping it up. But this is what's keeping him in the game.
6 pointed frees during the first half. Well, one of them was a 65, but TJ Reid stood up flawlessly during that opening 35 minutes. Again, takes the pressure on his shoulders and calmly dispatches it between the uprights. So they go point for point, each team getting early frees. Start of this second half. Once again, it's Darren Gleeson to puck out. Big, huge one.